You know it. We 2-1, and for a second, can we just sit here 2-1, and by what we see in the NFC East standings, we are on top of the division. Now, yes, we're tied with the Eagles, but technically it has us at number one in the division. So I'll take that and run with it like I did yesterday. But we have another game, and this is another matchup that might test our secondary. The Cardinals. We're playing the Arizona Cardinals. Almost call them the Phoenix Cardinals. We're playing the Arizona Cardinals this week. Kyler Murray's been playing well. Marvin Harrison Jr., their first round pick, obviously is doing everything as advertised. Will, I'm going to come to you first. On paper, I don't. Our defense, might have some things we need to work out. And I've talked about that with us having, a bottom 4 total defense, your second to last in pass defense. And again, going up against a team that's throws a lot but also runs a lot. Will, coming into this game against the Cardinals, man, what kind of are your feelings and your, expectations in this?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't predict this one at all because they've got weapons that could really hurt us. Marvin Harrison Jr. showed he is legit. He was everything that they hyped him to be. And when Kyler throws it to him, really good things are happening. Michael Wilson is another wide receiver who was actually pretty hyped coming out. I think he came out of Ohio State, maybe.
I think so.
He was pretty hyped coming out, and Greg Dortch has made some plays as well. So they've got weapons. I can't believe James Conner is still in the league. I feel like he's been in the league like 20 years at this point, but he's still producing a little bit. But that they've gotten hit by the injury bug. They've got starters that are out long term, and they just lost maybe their best defensive lineman in Justin Jones, and so that's certainly going to hurt them. I think this is going to be the Sean Spencer I told you so game potentially. With Zaven Collins out there, if he gets a sack, Sean's going to go nuts and yell at all of us. Why didn't we pick the guy? We should have picked him instead of Jamin. But looking at this roster, I don't know a lot of their players. Yeah, Buda Baker. Yeah, Marvin Harrison. Yeah, Kyler Murray. But I don't know a lot, so it's hard for me to say. In this, it's year 2 of their coaching staff. It's hard for me to be like, we got this, and this is how, because I think they're in a big rebuilding mode. You know some of their stats a little bit, so help me a little bit because I'm confused on this one.
So So to your point, so their offense is 7th overall, and they're averaging about 300, almost 350 yards a game. Their passing is kind of in the middle of the pack. They're only getting about 200 yards, and most likely we know that's going a lot to Harrison. But they're 9th in rushing, averaging almost 150 on the ground, and seeing in those first 3 weeks, Bucky Irvin and Rashad White got us in the first week. Devin Singletary got us against the Giants. Chase Brown, who's a rookie, and Zach Moss, who's a retread from the Colts. They got all these guys have had success on us. So coming into this one, I'm a little bit nervous. On it because we've seen how their offense can get going. I've told you about how our defense is. Their defense is kind of middle of the pack, like 7th overall and or 17th overall, and then 12th against the pass. But they still give up about 130 yards on the ground. So that should bode well for us if we can keep running the ball. And then the other part of this that you're going to have to, and I'm going to bring this to you, Alex, the Cliff Kingsbury revenge game. You know what I mean? Going up against his old team. We know, the last real definitive image that we have of him in Arizona was the time that Kyler Murray comes off the field and is just chewing his coach a new one, and you're just, oh, dag. And Cliff just looked like he took it. And apparently, then he left after that. So talk to me about this game, knowing, I think it might be a little bit even, especially with these injuries that they have. I mean, we could be hitting right time.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be even, man. I think they have some good secondary. Buda Baker is nice. He's really raw. I know that he's gonna be the leader of that secondary. I think this might be a challenge for our offense. You know what I'm saying? Especially we don't have Austin Eckler. You know, Austin Eckler is a big piece for us. But yeah, shout out to Cliff Kingsbury. He's definitely gonna do whatever he can to go after this defense. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna let Kyle Murray know, like, hey, I got the quarterback I wanted because I thought it was you, but it ain't you. So it's JD5. So he gonna definitely do what he can on this defense for sure. But I think it's gonna be I think it might be tight, man. I really do. I think it might be tight. I know that with Kyle Murray and Marvin Harrison, they're still gelling. You know what I mean? And they're still, you know, galloping with their offense and trying to get it going. So I don't know, man. It don't seem like we do feel confident of what we just did, but we still have to really have to look back and be like, man, this might be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. You know what I mean? Like, it might be a real close game. I think offense is not gonna. I think offense is going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be like what we did on Monday night. I think it might be a little. I think they're going to do a lot better. Their defense is going to do a lot better than what the Bengals did. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, man, it's definitely going to be something that we can't sleep on. We have to, you know, make sure that we have all our ducks in a row and do our thing out there.
Yeah, for me,
and looking at the. Sorry, Sean, I jumped in on you, but kind of when Alex was talking about, you know, they played better. You know, they've stuck with the Bills and the Lions. They've been in two competitive games against teams that better than teams that we've played. So I think, you know, there's something to them by all means. Even though I can't name a lot of the guys in the roster, there's something to this team.
Oh yeah, no, and to your point on that, we also got to look at, you know, some of our weaknesses that they might exploit. We know about the passing game with Marvin Harrison Jr. and everything like that. But one thing that I've noticed is we're also susceptible to tight ends at times. And Trey McBride, their tight end, has definitely been moving up the charts. A lot of people talk about him in fantasy. He is their second leading receiver. And then, you know, we talk about the running game, James Conner. Kyler Murray is their second leading rusher. So we have been notoriously have had issues with mobile quarterbacks. And I think this might be one of those type situations. We talk about our D line and the lack of, you know, pressure that we've been able to get. Like, we let these boys start running on us and then all of a sudden start throwing over the top, we could have a shootout kind of similar to last week. But I think the X factor is going to be how our offense is able to play against their defense. To your point, Will, you know, there are the Zaven Collins, there are the Buda Bakers, and you know, but other than that, who are we really afraid of? Who are we really talking about? Yeah, we had that. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought y'all froze. My bad. But no, I was trying to say, my bad, Sean. I don't mean to cut you off, but I was trying to say, y'all remember last year? This was our first game when we had Sam Howell. Our first game versus Cardinals, and their defense was legit. You know what I'm saying? It's really the same. It's really the same defense. They got some good linebackers. You know what I mean? And they hit. You know, they go out and hit hard. You know what I mean? This is not going to be a slouch game. I will with that wide receiver that you said, Wilson. Hopefully, I would love to see Emmanuel Forbes come in this game. I don't know if y'all remember last year. I think it was 4th down or something when we beat the Cardinals, and Emmanuel Forbes was on Wilson. And I think Wilson did. I don't know if y'all remember that, but Wilson did like a cut, and Emmanuel Forbes was right there and almost picked it off. You know, that was one of Emmanuel Forbes' first game, and we thought Emmanuel Forbes was legit. And I know he has had a rocky start with us and everything, but I hope he plays, man. I like to see him versus Wilson and try to get that game back that he had in last year's first game. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, for sure, man. I don't think this is gonna be a sleeper game. Like, everybody, you know, feels like we're gonna win this game easy. Nah, I think this is gonna be a tough matchup for sure. My bad. I just want to put that in there. I forgot about that.
No, I remember that. Yeah, you're right. He stuck his hand right in there. But yeah, 4th down play, and everyone's like, "We got ourselves a cornerback."
Right. Yep. I remember that.
No, absolutely, and we're going to need that. We're going to need that this week because Kyler Murray's only thrown 1 interception, so he, just like Jaden Daniels, is playing smart with their ball. They're trying to play turnover free. So yeah, let's hope we get some cornerback play. And look, Sammer still, you know, like you said, Alex, he was lined up on the outside. I think they're putting some trust in him, St. Juice, and some of these guys, man. They might see something different than we see. So this could be a coming out party for our defense, man. I mean, we are hitting them at the right time, and let's hope so.